No matter which car you own, there will always be a list of things you love and hate about the car. So today I'm gonna be giving you my list of 10 things that I love about my Porsche 944. Now this list is entirely based on my opinion and it will pertain to my exact 944, but some of these things will pertain to general 944s as well. And lastly, this list is gonna be in order from the thing I love the least at number 10 to the thing that I love the most at number 1. So let's get into this. All right, starting off at number 10, we're gonna have the pop-up headlights. And yes, even though I forget I sometimes have headlights, I absolutely love these pop-up headlights. I think they give the 944 just a sense of appeal that really no other car can match. And to me, they're a very traditional style pop-up headlight, at least when you compare it to like a Porsche 928. Now, I do have mine swapped for some LED bulbs. That's because the halogen bulbs are just super dim. I can't see anything when it gets dark out. So safety hazard reasons, I just went ahead and swapped it for an LED bulb, but I think it makes a world of a difference and it still makes the car have that classy look. I also love these because when you're out driving and it's getting dark, or you just want to pop them up for the fun of it, it really is like a party trick. People love to see it. It always puts a smile on their face. It's really that nostalgic thing. So honestly, the pop-up headlights are without a doubt one of my favorite things. And then coming in at number 9, we're gonna have my Momo Prototipo steering wheel. This one obviously only pertains to my 944, but this is something that you can easily do to your 944. I not only think that this is the perfect steering wheel for a 944, but really any Porsche of this era. It's just absolutely timeless and period correct, and it really ties in the whole interior. I like that the black on the steering wheel matches the black accents throughout the interior, and I like the silver on the steering wheel matches the silver on the center console as well as the gauge cluster. The steering wheel is 20 millimeters smaller than the stock one as well, so it's much easier to handle and it doesn't get in the way of the knees as much. And then to tie it all in, we have the Porsche horn button. I get comments about this all the time, and I truly think it's that cherry on top that you need to finish off any Momo steering wheel. And with the horn button being much smaller than the stock one, it's much easier to hit the horn. So if I ever want to lay on the horn, I literally just need one finger and slam it. Or if I don't want to be an asshole, I can just take my finger in, tap it. And the horn on the 944 is extremely light. Having that ability to just tap it is really nice.
What do you mean by that?
On to number 8, we're gonna have the liftback design. A lot of people call this car a hatchback, but really it's a liftback if you think about it. Since the car doesn't have really a 90-degree slope off the back, it's more of a liftback because it slowly slopes on the back. But regardless, it's a hatchback, liftback, whatever you wanna call it. But I absolutely love the big black...
What did he say?
But I absolutely love having the hatch be fully glass behind me, and I also love that the seats can lay down. There's already plenty of space in the trunk, but if I ever need more, I can just press these two buttons on the side, fold the seats down, and there it is. So not only having the extra visibility and the extra space, but having the ability to reach the trunk from inside the cab is very nice. Not only from a function standpoint, but I think it gives it an edge in the looks as well. When you think of a 911, it doesn't have this unless you get a Targa top. So the fact that the 944 kind of has that 911 Targa look, I think that's a really cool thing to have. On to number 7, we're gonna have mechanical simplicity. With this car being 40 plus years old, of course it's not gonna have a whole lot of electronics, and everything is going to be so much easier to work on. There's no coating on any of the electronics in here. Wires are barely in your way. There's really not much to the car. When I'm working in the engine bay, I appreciate the fact that there aren't wires going to every little thing. But even in here, everything just feels very analog. It feels very raw. Everything is super simple. A lot of people will tell you these cars are hard to work on, and honestly, I beg to differ. Now, I'm saying this opinion before I do my timing belt water pump job, so we'll see if I'm still living at the end of that. Coming in at number 6, we're gonna have that the car is just underrated. But think about it, for a car that you can easily find all day under $10,000 or even cheaper, and to have 50-50 weight distribution and have gorgeous interior, being super lightweight at about 2,700 pounds, and making anywhere between 150 to even 200 horsepower. But not only that, having the Porsche badge on the front, it's really just one of those cars that, is it too good to be true? They drive extremely well, they handle extremely well, they're pretty quick at accelerating, parts are pretty cheap nowadays, and the cars themselves are really cheap nowadays. So yes, while the cars are still appreciating, getting their attention, it's still just not there yet. I think that the car is underrated. It still gets a bad rap, but at the same time, I do wish it was maybe a little bit more appreciated. In at number 5, we have affordability. Tying it back to number 6 about it being underrated, the car is really affordable. Everything I've ever done on this car, I've done it myself, so I really do save a lot of money, because if I was to take it to somebody, I would have spent 3 times the amount of money I have. And if you want to see how much money I actually have spent on this car, please go check out this video here. But yes, this car is super affordable, not only to buy, but also to maintain. I spent $5,000 to buy the car, and I've spent about $1,500 in maintenance over 5 years. Yes, there's a bunch of other stuff in there that I've done to fix it and modify it. Overall, for just the maintenance stuff, $1,500 over 5 years, that's nothing.
Nothing.
Also, considering the fact that this car is over 40 years old, I'm really happy with that number. And parts are readily available, and there's third parties doing this, and a bunch of people that take old 944s, part them out, so we can use those parts to make our 944s better. While having that Porsche badge while still staying relatively affordable, I could not be happier. Coming in at number 4, we're gonna have the 50-50 weight distribution. As I mentioned before, this car has the engine in the front, but the transmission in the rear, and I absolutely love it. The car handles extremely well, and if you put some upgraded suspension on it, it will handle even better. But that's just one of those things that I love, is that this car is planted. It doesn't just handle well when I'm going on the back roads or on the track, but throughout the city, if I need to make quick adjustments or switch lanes real quick or on the highway, it handles it really well. Also, it's really cool to tell somebody that your transmission is not in the front of the car or the middle of the car, but rather in the back of the car. Now we're entering the top 3 things that I love about my Porsche 944. And coming in at number 3, we have timeless design. I think the design of the 944 is truly perfect.
It was perfect.
It's the perfect balance between classic, elegant, and badass. And one of the things that I always tell people about this car is it's kind of like a slant nose 911 Targa. You know, you think about a slant nose 911, it has the pop-ups and the slanted nose. And then like a 911 Targa, it does have the glass in the back. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with the mix of the transaxle car. It's such a beautiful design, you know, with the widened hips on the side, and just everything is just so tight and so well together.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Of course, the interior is going to show the age, but the exterior, besides the headlights, I think that this car could be made today and it would look just as good. For the top 2 spots, it was really hard to decide which one takes the number 1, but coming in at number 2, we have the community. I truly believe the 944 community is the greatest community on earth. Just to put this into perspective, I'm wearing one of Tim Cuomo's shirts from Cuomo Racing. I bought this shirt without even paying the guy. Never met the guy before in my life, and I had just graduated high school, and I really didn't have the money to buy the shirt. I'm broke! But he told me he would send me the shirt and I could just pay him later. And sure enough, we did. And that just goes to show one of the little examples of how awesome the 944 community is. And I'm constantly wearing 944 shirts too. If you saw my wardrobe, it would be nothing but 944 shirts. Also, every year there's this little thing called 944 Fest. It's literally the largest gathering of 944s in the entire world. And it's one of the weekends that I look forward to every single year. But it's not just with the fest. If I go on Facebook, there's tons of communities on Facebook. There's communities on Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, even Snapchat. It doesn't matter where you go. There's always 944 owners that are looking to connect and help each other out. It's one of those things that I wish I knew going into it, just how awesome it really was. And it goes to show here too on my YouTube, I just started doing this again about 3 weeks ago, and I'm already having tons of supporters from it. So shout out Tim and Como Racing, and shout out 944 Best, and shout out literally the entire 944 community. You guys are the best. Now coming in at number 1, this was a really tough decision between the last 2, but we have the driving experience. The driving experience of this car is legitimately like no other car. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just one of those things where you have to drive one to truly get the feel of it. It's such a weird thing to try to describe that you truly can't describe it. Of course, the car is not that quick. It's not that fast. Of course, the likes of a Lamborghini is gonna be way faster, way quicker, way louder, way more everything. And of course, you see all the ads about Porsche saying you don't know what it's like to drive one until you actually drive one. It's true. Porsches are on a level of their own. It's just a sense of like separation from the outside world. It's truly hard to describe because it's one of those things that every time I get the chance to, I love to just take this to the hills and just drive it. I don't care where I'm going. I don't care what I'm doing. I just like to drive the car. It's just so smooth and driver focused and analog and raw power. It's just, it feels really good. So yes, it was very hard to pick a number 1, but if I had to pick my number 1, it would just be the driving experience. So that's gonna be the list of the 10 things that I love about my Porsche 944. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and make sure you go ahead and just share it with your friends as well. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below and click the subscribe button, because there's gonna be plenty more videos where this came from. But that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you next week. So drive safe, and I love you guys.